What do you think is a catalyst for bullying targeting LGBT?
I think, in my personal opinion, when it comes to bullying those who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender, oftentimes I feel like that comes from a societal construct, and it comes from the use of language. People don't realize that they're specifically targeting or bullying the LGBT community because um, language is so normalized. Like people saying that's so gay. Who would think of that as offensive? However, that is a form of bullying the LGBT community, whether or not folks have that type of intent behind it. And I think a lot of times what people don't realize is that our youth experience and hear that statement quite often. So they're consistently being bullied um, every day. People utilizing the term no homo in communities of color and other communities regularly. I mean, people who say that after every statement. So looking at how people kind of take language and that begins to take something that's abnormal and normalize it. So I feel as if language is the key to the bullying of those around us, and then the concept of people just being um, tolerant of bullying. Educators and teachers in elementary school and junior high who don't confront when students say, hey, that's so gay, or different comments when they make fun of other students. However, if someone were to say something related to ethnicity or race, automatically teachers, junior high school, elementary school teachers tell people don't say that, don't use those words. However, they don't tell students not to utilize that's so gay in terms along those lines. So I think sometimes that's where that bullying kind of starts, is by the folks who are in places of authority and in power who do not take the opportunity to stop that negative language. So if elementary school teachers, high school teachers actually, I don't want to say police language, but made people aware of what the statements that they're saying as being offensive, I think that would help when it comes to bullying. But I think that's kind of the start of it, and that's in my opinion. People begin to pick on the weak slowly by utilizing words and terms and statements that aren't challenged. And once those statements aren't challenged, they begin to think they're okay. And if you're not challenging a statement from a 5 or 6 or 7-year-old, because they're hearing people say it all the time, once they're 14 and 15 and 16, it's a cycle, and it just keeps going. So I think that's, in my opinion, where that concept kind of originates and perpetuates the cycle, because people are not policing and letting kids just to become aware of the language, and it's becoming tolerated instead of letting them know what they're saying is offensive. And as simple as saying, instead of saying that's so gay, you could use another word for that, and let me tell you why. So I think that's where it kind of starts, and we as society allow it to continue, which perpetuates the cycle.